the Kingpin towers over Spider-Man with a big smile on his face. This is not the place I wanted for the grand finale of our long association. I wanted something perhaps a bit more regal, or even a touch of gladiatorial. But at least this place has a very appreciative audience. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Parker? Peter just stares him down, not saying a word. The Kingpin like, what the hell? As I look around this room, I see murderers and rapists, thieves and thugs, perverts and psychopaths, men who may have aspired to be more than these things, but have settled for the names they have been given. But even all these men look down on one particular breed of humanity, the chump. A chump is someone who believes in the greater good, who believes that good triumphs because it is good. Someone that trusts the government, trusts his fellow citizens, trusts the man in the iron mask who says, show the world your true face, Peter, it will be okay. And we all saw that face, didn't we? The face of a chump. A chump who is now being hunted by the people he believed in, spurred by the system he supported, abandoned by the friends he thought he had, his wife living in a 2-bit motel, and his dear sweet aunt dying in a hospital bed because he couldn't stand still long enough to take the bullet that was his by right. But I guess you can't make an omelet without breaking a few old ladies. Peter is tired of that shit talk and starts rocking Kingpin at lightning speed, hitting him with a left hook, a kick uppercut, a right hook, and an uppercut. Peter then jumps back. Kingpin is mad as shit. He couldn't react to nothing. Peter is not playing. He can see his angry face through Spider-Man's eyes, so he locks back in, acting like he isn't fazed. Even his usual sense of humor and devil-may-care attitude seems to have abandoned him. Must be terribly distressing and unfortunate to have absolutely nothing left in life except the desire for revenge, which is especially unfortunate since once you made a mockery of everything you stand for and victimized the woman you said you loved, really, what's left except humor? So again, Peter hits him with a flurry of attacks. Left, rights, uppercuts on some Mike Tyson timing. Then he jumps back nonchalantly. Kingpin is leaking already. Moving like the trapdoor spider you imagine yourself to be, eh? Leaping on the prey suddenly in hope of wearing it out or confusing it, eh? Cheap theatrics. I expected better. All that talking does nothing for Pete. He stands there silently. Silent Spider-Man is making him mad. Well, you said you were coming here to kill me. Are you here to fight or dance? Say something, damn you! Alright, what this suit stands for, what it means, is something you can never understand. It represents a promise about all the things I said I would do, and all the things I said I would never do. All the lines I said I would never, ever cross because doing so would destroy everything this suit stands for. And that, you see, is why you're confused. Spider-Man is not here to kill you. And he takes off the mask and the rest of the costume. I am. And he instantly dashes towards Kingpin. Boom! Cracking him with a mean-ass left to the jaw. The crowd is going crazy, but Peter doesn't hear it. There's no crowd, no jokes, no cute remarks, no acrobatics, no webbing, no tricks. He hits him with a palm strike to the nose, then slams him on the ground, destroying the floor, then kicks him in the mouth. Peter's thinking of only one thing. This was the man responsible for the bullet that ripped through one of the two people I love more than life itself. And he hits Kingpin with brutal, bloody punches. No, not a man, a target. He thinks that while elbowing Kingpin in the chest, then throwing him across the prison. You forgot something, Fisk. Something you should have remembered before you decided to put a bullet through someone too old and frail to get out the way. And it's this. For all the money, for all the cruelty, for all the bad talk, you don't have any real power. You can't fly, can't stick to walls, can't turn into living flame, or stretch across a 20-foot room. At the end of the day, you're just a fat man with an attitude, a balloon just waiting for someone to stick a needle in it. And me, I'm the needle. That Peter shit talk got Kingpin furious. And he tries to tackle Peter, but he stands there nonchalantly, weaving every attack that the Kingpin throws at him. Then with both hands, he cracks Kingpin in the jaw, knocking his tooth out on some volleyball type shit. Blood leaks out of Kingpin's mouth as Peter stares down at him. Swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. Get up, Fisk. I said get up. Go to hell. I'll get up when Can't. Peter picks up big-ass Kingpin with one hand by the skin on his chest. Do y'all understand how crazy this shit is? Peter slaps the bullshit out of him. Then another slap. Then another one. 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 He then picks up the Kingpin off the ground with both hands by the skin. Balloon. Needle. Now. Here's how it's gonna happen. Peter sticks his hand in the Kingpin's open mouth. I pour a stream of webbing deep into your throat, your esophagus, all the way down into your lungs, filling them completely. The only way to remove it surgically would be to cut out your lungs, which could not possibly be done before you die from the lack of oxygen. I turn your entire respiratory system into one solid chunk of useless tissue and webbing. It takes 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Kingpin is scared for his life, but when the timer's up, he's confused. What? Then he gets thrown into a wall. If you're going to kill me, get it over with. Oh, I will. I said I was gonna kill you, and I am, but I didn't say I was gonna do it today. You see, I learned something from you, Fisk. Something about cruelty and timing. I've done something far worse than kill you, Fisk. I've beaten you. And every man in this room saw me beat you. And they're gonna tell their homies. And those guys will tell their homies. And on and on. And soon, the whole city, the whole country will know what you already know. That you've been beaten in public, one-on-one. And for a man as prideful as you, who needs for everyone to believe he can't be beaten, that's the worst pain you can ever feel. I want you to live with that knowledge because I know it will tear you apart deep inside every waking moment of every day. I want you to live in that kind of personal hell. I want you to burn, Fisk, for a while, at least. And then, you see, I always tried to avoid killing anyone, partly for my own principles and partly because I always was afraid of how it would affect my family if I killed someone. But if my aunt is dead, well, that takes care of one reason. And the other, well, I can make an exception. So let me break it down for you. The exact moment my aunt dies, I'm coming back for you. And we're gonna finish what we started. And as of right now, you know there's nothing you can do to stop me. And I will come for you, and I will count. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll be dead. I swear to you, on my life and her soul, on everything I hold dear, you'll be dead. In the meanwhile, you'll live with the memory of this moment, the humiliation of this moment, and the message of this moment, which is directed at the rest of you and everyone you know. Put the word out. If anyone comes near me or my family again, if anyone even touches them or anyone else who matters to me, you will experience firsthand what happened here today. You touch them, you die. Painfully, slowly, definitively. He shoots out a web to the ceiling while giving the Kingpin a final message. You ordered her death, Fisk, so it's only appropriate that your life ends when hers does. So if I were you, I'd start praying right about now to try and convince God to give her every possible second of life. But to tell the truth, in your position, I wouldn't count on God too much if I were you. See you around, Mr. Fisk. Count on it. Then Peter swings out the prison. All the prisoners look at Fisk on the ground. What are you looking at? But he doesn't faze not even one of them. And he starts limping back to his cell. Bro's doing the walk of shame. The Kingpin lays on his bed bruised up and defeated, while Peter goes back to check up on Aunt May. And he tells MJ that since money is a problem, he's gonna go get some bread. How? I don't know. But I'm gonna figure it out somehow. So what's the next move after that? I don't know. I guess all we can do is wait for the inevitable. I suppose that's all any of us can wait for. And that, boys and girls, is the end of the chapter. Peter done gave the hands to Kingpin in front of the whole prison. One of the best moments in comics. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter. And on that note, I'm gonna see y'all boys and girls next time. Ah!